Anything is possible. And if I can do it, you can too. Over the past 20 years, I have watched Elisa's drive and passion. I was impressed that she was able to see around the bend when creating iParenting, such a transformative business, from the ground up. She and her team built a business that offered so much value that one of the world's biggest media companies, Disney, bought it. Naturally, when she started her second business, 30 Seconds, it came as no surprise that she once again anticipated the landscape and brought to life a game-changing business to help consumers and brands alike. With only 2% of venture capital funding supporting female founders, despite the knowledge that gender diversity in business leadership yields higher financial returns, clearly there's a long way to go to close the funding gap. So, when Elisa was looking for a trustworthy investor, I proudly stepped into the role of angel investor. But more and more women entrepreneurs are finding great success. And when one of us succeeds professionally, we help pave the way for others to follow and grow. We're creating runways together. I'm excited to see progress, but I recognize that much more needs to be done to ensure women from all walks of life can achieve success. Become the Fire addresses just that. By sharing their inspiring stories, Elisa and 10 other diverse, successful women demonstrate that success isn't limited to insiders. On the contrary, success is something that you can make yourself. In Become the Fire, you'll learn 10 lessons for succeeding in career and life. Lessons shared by outsiders who unlock their own secrets to success. The trailblazing women you'll meet in this book include Desiree Rogers, CEO of Black Opal Beauty and the first Black woman to serve as Social Secretary for the President of the United States. Laura Desmond, who was one of the youngest CEOs when she took the helm of advertising behemoth Starcom MediaVest and became the highest-ranking woman in the advertising industry. And Paula Boggs, the U.S. Army Airborne Paratrooper who was the first openly gay executive at Dell and later became Chief Legal Officer and Board Secretary of Starbucks. Taking the time to learn the stories of these women and what they believe it took to get to the top, whether they're successful company founders or in the highest ranks of the corporate world, is time well spent for all driven business people. Become the Fire curates the best advice from some of the world's top female leaders. Use it as a reference, a guide, or inspiration from women who have walked the road to success. These bold, dynamic women shine a light on their individual paths while championing the larger community of established and pioneering leaders so we can all learn and achieve, too. Whether you are just starting your career, are trying to advance, or are an established leader seeking to improve, Become the Fire will inspire you. I've been in your shoes, so I know you can succeed, and I'm rooting for you all the way. Mary Dillon, former CEO and Executive Chair, Ulta Beauty. Introduction. If you're like me, you may have grown up thinking that big success in business and life can't be achieved by outsiders. That thought passed through my mind more than once as an outsider myself in Puerto Rico, Lebanon, and suburban Chicago. That thought may have been part of my worldview right up until the moment I was sitting in my 10th floor office overlooking Lake Michigan and downtown Chicago, getting ready to read through the piles of paperwork that would finalize the sale of my business, iParenting, to the Walt Disney Company. I reviewed the legal documents laid out across the expansive maple desk, seeing that there was a clause to cover every potential situation the media giant and its newest employee, me, could encounter. I squinted at the pages as the words began to blur and saw the first of several little red arrows flagging where I needed to sign my name, agreeing to the terms of the deal. That's when my mind drifted back to my childhood, to the family trip we took when I was 9 years old to Walt Disney World, and to the first time Disney transformed my life. I'll never forget sitting on that Disney-bound train from Chicago to Orlando.